Okay, what you will need is some stockings or a sweater. This is a cardigan from the thrift store, and a seam ripper. You can use some scissors and a sewing needle or a pen, but seam rippers are extremely handy when doing this. Now, if you do a sweater or something, I really suggest you go to the thrift store or to Walmart and buy a super cheap sweater that you don't care if you mess up. I will start by showing you how to do the leggings. So I don't suggest you putting the leggings on your legs or stockings on your legs when doing this. Put your hand in it. Take the seam ripper, poke it in, and the sharp edge, make a hole like that, and it will start to separate on its own as you pull the threads, if you can see that. And just take your seam ripper in and start pulling the fibers with your seam ripper, and see how they start to unravel. Just keep poking them in. Now start to rip. If you want to make it wider, go to that first thread, kind of poke and pull apart. You can go through the side of that thread. If you can see close enough and well enough, see how I'm pulling that thread out, and rip it. See now that the rip is getting wider. And you can do this to old stockings. See, now I started with a small hole and now I have a much larger one. Now I'm going to go beside this hole, and you can make a bigger hole. I'll do a bigger hole right here, putting my seam ripper through and just ripping it. See, now that's a bigger hole. I'm just pulling the stitches, pulling at them, ripping them, and go to this string on the side, pull it, rip it, and see how it created that bigger hole on the side. I've done this with a lot of stockings, and people will ask me, oh, where'd you buy those? And yeah, I just made it. When you're doing bigger holes, try and find the first string that is attached to where the hole is to make bigger rips. And I hope you're able to see this pretty well. It's a pretty simple process, but if you wanted to look really distressed starting out, it's going to take some time. Also, over time, you can these will start to look a little more distressed and cobwebby because you're wearing them. If you're like me, sometimes washing them in the washing machine. And I will put these on at some point later on and show you guys the holes. And you can do it different ways. You can just pull it with your finger. After you've gotten a hole, you can cut it with some scissors, and it just runs like pantyhose runs. Just keep pulling on it. And then you can make a hole. A random hole. And this is great to do with older pantyhose because it just makes it easier. They might already have some holes in them or runs. Now with the sweater, it's the same basic concept. This has like a sort of different knit around here that already has these tiny holes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and I'm gonna break that thread. Break that thread, and then I'm going to start pulling these threads out. Make sure. See, now there's a hole. And it's going to start ripping just like pantyhose does, because it's the same sort of concept. It has this weaved stitch like thing in it. But, however, it's not going to pull apart. Exactly the same. But see how it's pulling? It's not going to be as easy. You're just going to have to find the next string and pull it. You pull it with your fingers a little bit and find. See how that knit's starting to come apart. See, like that. Like that. And you can continue up a little bit. Pulling the threads. It's not going to be exact. You can go up as long as you want. It will unravel a little bit on its own. And you could even add a couple of stitches in here with some string so it doesn't unravel more. However, with this one, I want it to get bigger and looser to the bottom. And so I'm going to take out a couple of extra stitches. Not really stitches. You know what I mean. It's like knitting. See how that's pulling apart? You just pull it. Might need the seam ripper. Poke the seam ripper in there to get it going a little better. Make sure. So I didn't get to finish working on it too much, but this is the general idea of how it will look. This is another way you can do it. Just keep cutting random holes into some stockings, and that will create the same look. I will be doing a tutorial on bloomers, so if you guys want to keep an eye out for that, it's really simple and easy. Also, with the stockings, I wanted to show you guys really quick. If you have a hole, just take your fingers and pull it like that, and it will make the hole bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I got a tripod and a new camera, so it's kind of figuring it out. So. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you continue to watch my videos. I have a lot of different things I have planned. I plan on making a really simple, easy goth makeup tutorial. I know a lot of you guys have requested that, so I will be doing a few makeup tutorials for you guys, and hopefully the next tutorial I will be making will be how to make your own bloomers. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.